and you are now tuned in to the actual Factualz. It's the actual Factualz.
And welcome back to the actual Factualz. It is your host. My name is Josh Moody. And it is the handsome one, the dancing one, the prancing one, the shancing one. You gotta say it twice. It's always better when you say it twice. Guys, once again, it feels amazing to be back. I'm back with episode 33, Pressure Burst Pipes. And guys, got a goodie for you guys today. But before I go any further, let me get my shout outs out of the way. First and foremost, shout out to the Steam. You already know what it is. Shout out to my boy Rodney Chance, the writer of the show. I appreciate you, good brother. Shout out to Sweet Thing. The set director who got these beautiful lights gleaming and glistening off of your boy so I can look good and my voice it sounded good for my listeners and for your ears. Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching, listening, podcast, YouTube, whatever. I appreciate you. So we jumping right into it, guys. Episode 33. I gotta recap what a busy weekend in sports. If you want to include Monday night as well with the National College Football Championship game. First of all, let me get that out of the way because that was just a dope game in terms of just seeing how dominant Clemson was. Trevor Lawrence, if you know me, you guys know I've been very high on this kid. He has everything that you would want in a quarterback. I've been saying tanking for him or Tua, even though Tua is going to come out before him because he's a grade above him, or in school, a year at school above him. Trevor's a stud. And shout out to Alabama and the Crimson Tide. You guys will be right back there again next year. You guys could be winning the championship. You guys can't win it all. You can't win them, You're going to lose some games. You guys had an amazing, tremendous season. I don't think that happens 9 times out of 10. I think it'll be a lot closer game every time. And that could go either way. Last night was Clemson's night. And hey, it happens. It got the best of you guys. What can you say? Tip their hats off to them. Dabo Swinney has gotten that program rolling. Them boys is legit. They are a tough program. They got the swag. They got the youth. Dabo just seems to get it. I love listening to him speak after every W. He rides for his guys. You can clearly see that. I mean, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know how he really is, but from what I can see, what I can gather, he's somebody you would love to play for. But once again, these two teams is very, very possible. These two teams will be right back in the championship game next year. But nothing's given, nothing's guaranteed. Two of you will bounce back. You're still a stud. If you guys left out today, you two will probably be the top 2 draft picks, over Bosa. Bosa's tough. But back to the NFL. Okay, Chargers at Ravens. Okay, Chargers end up winning this game 23-17. They are the AFC North Championship. The Ravens are the first time since 2012. And this was a game in which Lamar Jackson didn't look. He just didn't look the part, guys. I hate to say it, but granted, he is a rookie. He went 6-1, I believe, over the last 7 games, including those wins to get them into the playoffs. He provided a new spark that I know the Baltimore Ravens haven't had offensively in a long time. Shout out to Gus Edwards, Staten Island's own, Gus the Bus, Tottenhamville's own. That's a legend already in our eyes in the island. We already know how we rock over here, bro. We salute you. We support you. But I have to say this was a disappointing loss. Just more specifically for Lamar Jackson. At 21, he was the youngest QB to ever start a playoff game. This brother, like I said, they won 6-1 over the past 7 games. Okay, he led them in rushing over that seven game span. Okay, in the first half of this playoff game, in the AFC wildcard playoff game, first round. Okay, 2 of 8 for 17 yards, guys. 1 interception in the first half. He was absolutely atrocious. Molly from First Take, she was saying he was like a deer caught in the headlights, and I actually had to agree with her, And I don't believe the stage is ever too bright for somebody like Lamar Jackson. He's a humble, hard-working, gritty type of guy, which I love the energy. If you ever hear him speak, he's super, like like super militant, like yes sir, yes ma'am. He's answering your questions. He ain't putting too much fluff on it because he's just here to play football, and I gotta respect somebody like that. I respect Lamar Jackson. I just think he's a tremendous athlete. I will, however, say I do believe he will develop throwing the football. I love his touch on the football. I love the velocity, how the ball comes out of his hand. I love the spin he puts on the football. The man could throw the football. Once he learned to trust his mechanics, trust his coaching, and not always put 100% trust in your athletic ability, he's going to be something special to watch because he can throw the football. He even has great mechanics. His throwing motion is good. Quick release. Okay? He just has to learn, and it's going to come in maturation. It's going to come in growing. It's going to come from this game. It's going to come from a game like this where you athletically you couldn't dominate the game. So now I have to trust my training. Trust myself in the pocket. Trust myself. Because that's the thing about the NFL. As nice as Vic was, and Vic had an arm, guys. Vic had an arm. Mike Vick had one of the best arms we've ever seen. The caliber of the way we see with Patrick Mahomes now. If not, probably stronger. If not, equal caliber. Okay? Rocket launcher. Patrick Mahomes is super accurate, too. That's what makes him special. And he still has the mobility. Nowhere near the mobility that Vic has. We damn sure know we ain't saying that. But the point I'm trying to say is that you can have a strong arm, but doesn't mean you complete balls. And that's what you need to do. You have to, and especially in the NFL, the windows are so tight. You got to fit back balls, and sometimes you got to throw guys open because for good corner, if they're in cover two, and he's really supposed to be in the flat, but there's nobody in the flat, right? As a defender, so what's he going to do? He's gaining ground. And he could be getting out of his zone and jumping off to jump into a route on a nice flag route, right? Because that's what's open between the safety and the corner, right? So, if he's throwing that route, if he's throwing that flag route, that pylon route, right? That's at 12 yards or at 15 yards, all right? Sometimes you have to throw it in a spot in which if that corner who was supposed to be in the flat, if he dropped back off, right? And he's playing underneath that ball, getting ready to pick that up. You got to be able to throw it in a spot where he cannot get it, where you're not putting your wide receiver in a position where he could possibly get drilled, okay, and drop the football or deflect the football and cause it to be picked up, hit up in the air and be picked off and taken back to the house for an interception or something like that. You have to be able to throw guys open, put it in tight windows. And sometimes that means making a guy spin around a certain way to catch a football. Guys, if you know football, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's not even necessarily about putting it in the breadbasket. Sometimes you got to put it in a place where they can, because you can see the defense where they can turn around and run, that they won't be injured. A great quarterback knows how to do all of those things. It's not easy. That's the hardest job on the football field, is playing quarterback, without a doubt. It's tough. It's fast. You got to be on your feet, on your toes. That's why it's important to trust your mechanics, trust your coaching, trust the muscle repetition. Because here's the thing: you can practice things all you want. This is why it's important that you constantly. Every rep is the same way. That's why they tell you every rep has to be the same way. Because in the game, when shit get hectic, a lot of the times we revert back to our ways, to our natural way of playing the sport. So if you haven't learned the right way to throw a football, climb in the pocket, setting your feet, turning and letting that thing go, not being afraid to be able to take the hit, being able to stand in the pocket, stand tall, and deliver that thing even when you got a lineman or a linebacker or a blitz or a defender, period, coming down the alley ready to light you up. You got to be able to step up and make those type of throws. But here's the thing: in the middle of a game, in a pressure game, in a playoff game, we're going to revert back to what we know, to that muscle memory. So if that muscle memory is teaching me to have the football all crazy, like I used to do in Pop Warner, like I did at Louisville, right? You're going to have that fumbling problem because that's what he was used to. But listen, it's a part of the process, Raven fans. If you guys are calling for Joe Flacco, you guys are drunk. Joe Flacco would not have helped y'all in that game. You guys are crazy because they would have had a field day. Brandon Ingram over there. Joey Big Bear. That whole D-line would have been feasting on that man. So I'm asleep. Shout out to you though, Joe Flacco. You a CAA legend. People don't even know the CAA probably the best Division 1 AA football in the country, without a doubt. We get about 6-7 teams in the playoffs every year. Okay? Lamar Jackson, however, did turn up in the fourth quarter. That young man, he was hooping, and he ended up finishing the game with 12 for 21, 177 yards, two tutties in the second half, 54 rushing yards. C.J. Mosley, 12 tackles, 1 forced fumble recovery, and Eric Weddle, 7 tackles and 1 TFL. I do, however, have to. This isn't about Phillip Rivers, or about offense, I should say. Phillip Rivers only finished the game 22 for 32, 160 yards. In year 15, age 37, we know he hasn't won the big game yet. Known for that big trade swap in the NFL draft between the New York Giants and the San Diego Chargers at the time. Eli did not want to play for San Diego. So they ended up, trading New York Giants, selected Phillip Rivers, who made the trade. Eli 2 Super Bowls later. Phillip Rivers has all the numbers in the world. If you actually talk to a lot of, football guys, they'll tell you how high they are on Phillip Rivers and how great he really is. But as people have been saying, he's been a bridesmaid for a long time. He's been inviting to a lot of weddings, but it hasn't been a wedding about him yet. We'll see. This will be a big game going into New England. I'm taking time. I'm just saying. So, but like I said, he's been hooping this year, guys. He's threw for 4,308 yards, 32 tutties, 12 interceptions. And give credit to that defense, man. Like I said, Ingram and them boys, Joey Big Bear, they got after it, man. They really got after it, and they had the opportunity of playing them two previous weeks before, or a couple of weeks before that, and I guess that paid off. They was ready. They was prepared. And like I said, they made it a gritty and a nasty, nasty football game. And they made Lamar Jackson throw from the pocket, and that was ultimately the difference in the game. Like I said, Joe Flacco, I'm asleep. I don't think he would have did nothing. Melvin Gordon had 17 rushes for 40 yards, 1 touchdown. Keenan Allen, 4 catches, 37 yards. So it really wasn't a great offensive game on both sides. If you guys know defense, Baltimore's always known for their great defense. Terrell Suggs and them boys. Maybe he's been doing it for a long time. As I mentioned, C.J. Mosley and them boys. It was a tough game, man. It was a tough game. Derwin James is a stud. Hooped 5 tackles, 1 TFL, 1 QB hit. Melvin Ingram was just wilding. He was wilding. Melvin Ingram was wilding. I just don't know what else I could say. He was wilding, son. He was wilding. They're going to need him next week in New England. I know that's for a fact. We'll be looking for another big game for him as well as Joey Big Bear. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited to see that. Colts at Texans, okay? Colts end up winning this game 21-7. I'm honestly not surprised here, guys. I actually, as big as a fan as I am of Deshaun Watson, huge fan. A big fan of D-Hops. I actually like Bill O'Brien as well. I like that. I like the Houston Texans as a football team. I like J.J. Watt. I like Jadeveon Clowney. They got some guys over there, McKinney. So I'm not surprised. I just think, for some reason, I don't know. I just had a feeling, Andrew Luck was going to go in there and get it done. And what I liked about the Colts was how physical they really looked on both sides of the ball. Shout out to Nelson, the first-round draft pick from Notre Dame. The kid's a stud. He could have been a giant. Hey, I'm more than happy with Saquon. We took the best football player available. But that kid right there is nasty. He's anchoring that line. He's big. He stands out. Every time you watch the game, just watch the left guard. Watch 56, man. The kid could play. He's a technician. He's tough. Listen, to come in your rookie year, All-Pro. Not All-Pro. Make a Pro Bowl. Man, the kid's a stud. Actually, he might. No. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But the kid is good, man. Andrew Luck is playing very well for somebody who was supposedly out of it just a year ago. And for him to be bounced back the way he did, I'm happy to see that because he's an elite talent. Actually, comparing the Trevor Lawrence kid to him in terms of like the hype and the stature, the 6'5", 6'6" thing. But just great to see him back and doing what he's meant to be doing because the man can play football. He's a brainiac. He's respected. He's a nice guy. He's actually too nice. He's one of those guys that will get you tight. Like, man, why are you so nice? You are killing us right now. You're lighting us up. You're picking us apart. then you're coming over here shaking my hand. You're being so respectful. Stop being respectful. You're already violating us on the football field. I don't need you to be nice to me. He's just a nice guy. It's just like, how can you not root for a guy like that? Win or lose, he's been the same way. So you gotta respect shit like that, man. You gotta respect shit like that. But this is more for me. This is more about the disappointment. And shout out to that running game, man. Marlon Mack got it done. The Texans hadn't allowed a 100-yard rusher that whole year. So Marlon Mack and the boys got it done. That Colts defense didn't give up a damn thing, which leads me into what happened over there. And that's the part that I just, I'm not surprised. I really thought it would be like a high, not a high. I figured like a 28 or a 30 type, 27 type of game. Because I just felt like they wasn't gonna be able to stop Deshaun Watson, but the injury, the thinness at wide receiver was ultimately the difference in this game, in my opinion. They was able to load up the box, and honestly, Deshaun missed a couple of throws that he usually hits with no problem. I don't know if it was just the tightness of of a playoff game or wanting to do too much. That can happen. He's a rookie. He will grow. He will learn. Like Lamar Jackson, you guys have great, bright futures ahead of you. I don't know. You don't need me to tell you that. You're well aware of the work you're putting in, the talent you guys are. However, you guys are going to be just fine. We'll be in the playoffs competing for a very, very long time. I expected more out of you guys for this week, but hey, like I said, you will grow, you will learn. D-Hop, they had 2 to 3 guys on you at all times. With Demaryius Thomas tearing his Achilles, there was no threats of other wide receivers. So listen, that's what happened. We'll see what happens with Bill O'Brien and things like that. And T.Y. Hilton, he wore the mask. If you guys peeped, he wore the clown mask to the stadium. Okay, Jonathan Joseph called him a clown. And listen, the coach came in and backed it up. When you're talking trash like that, it's always good for the sport. It's always good to have that bulletin board material, talk that shit. But the point of talking that shit, you got to back it up. You know what I mean? The coach came out there and they played well, man. They winners. They won 10 out of their last 11. Okay, they started 1-5. Okay, 1-5. And then in the playoffs, they got a first-round playoff dub. Okay, listen, they going to Kansas City. I actually liked them in that game. I love what Kansas City's doing. Great. I think Mahomes deserves to win MVP just as much as Drew Brees. I think they're going to give it to Drew just because it's like the respect thing and he's paid his dues. He's never had it. I think it will be, you can't go wrong. But I like Indianapolis in that game. I'm going to take the experience over the hype right now. Even though I think Mahomes is legit. He's absolutely legit. But what we're seeing, I'm giving y'all my picture right now. Colts are going to win that game in Arrowhead. That's going to be a toughie. A tough game. Okay? Now, NFC East, Cowboys, okay, over Seahawks, 24-22. Listen, let me tell y'all something about Zeke. Zeke is a stud. Okay, we've been blessed. We've been blessed to witness a lot of great talents in the present day era of football. Zeke is going to go down as one of the all-time greats. Guys, if you see his style of play, his style of run, it's beautiful. It's elegant. It's tough. It's nasty. It's athletic. It's like everything that you can ask for in a running back. He's super balanced. He runs with an amazing lean to him. Guys, if anybody know football, and anybody that can run fast with a lean to him, you're scary. Because I don't know, it's just like you play at it, you're playing, you're playing to the drum of your own beat, which is crazy in the NFL. For somebody that young to be that elite athletically on a football field is crazy. Your vision, the way you could put your foot in the ground and just go, the way you finish runs. You and Saquon is special, man. I just always, when Saquon was coming out, I compared him to you, even though I think you guys run differently, but you kind of run the same. You both have an amazing combination of speed and power, but it just looks differently, if that makes sense. It's a different type of athleticism. It's kind of like how I used to compare, how I used to compare Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose, if that makes sense. Two amazing elite, I'm talking about when they first got in, two amazingly elite athletes, but one was like poetically, super freakishly athletic. One was like super freakishly athletic, but with like force and like torque and like with anger. Like, you know, I'm trying to say like D Rose could jump out the gym, but it would be like some pretty flush. Russ is over here trying to, you know what I'm trying to say? Both equally freaks of nature athletically, but just different styles. Like they just differently, they portray that on the field differently. You know what I mean? So, shout out to you, Zeke. You was wilding, bro. You've been wilding all year. You led the lead in rushing. Okay, in that game you had 26 rushes for 137 yards, 1 tutty. Okay, 4 catches for 32 yards. And you had that big 41-yarder when y'all really needed it. That was a big one for you. Shout out to Dak Prescott, man. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'm not a hater. I didn't like your comments about kneeling and all that good stuff, so I'm not even going to get into all that. But, however, if we're talking about football, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now, I think you're a winner, guy. I think you're a winner. I think you show a lot of great pocket passer abilities. I think you can make every throw on a football field. I think Amari Cooper gave you a great target. Amari Cooper had a big day for him as well. Okay, 7 catches, 106 yards. That's what they paid you for. Listen, their big three got it going. Give them credit. And that defense, man, played super well, man. Blue Mountain State and them boys. Jalen Smith. Okay, DeMarcus Lawrence. Listen, them guys made it tough for the number one rushing offense. They shut that down. And then honestly, this comes down to a matter of and this is tough because you got to stick with what got you there, right? And what got them there was running the ball, committing to the run all year. You know, and you hear people say like, "Oh, they should have let Russell Wilson through the ball." Listen, hindsight, it's always easy to say that type of thing. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: Russell Wilson is your best football player. He's your franchise. Okay, he is your franchise. You got to put the game in his hands. Let the man go win the game. They didn't give him that opportunity. Listen, they stuck with the run. You can't blame them, but you kind of can. You know. So, we'll see how that goes. But look, moving forward. Man, Eagles, man. Old St. Nick, bro. He did it again. Old St. Nick, okay, went into Chicago with Mitchell Trubisky and them boys and won that game. And he didn't even play well. He didn't play super well. I was very impressed with some of the throws that he was making. That man could play some quarterback in the NFL, man. I really I stopped hating. I just sat there and I really watched him. He can make some tough throws. Chicago played, man. Akeem Hicks was wowing. Khalil Mack could not be blocked. They was getting to him, getting pressure. But, man, Nick sticks in that pocket and he delivers the football. That's that stuff like the difference in an NFL quarterback who knows even when pressure's barreling down on you and you still can put it in a spot where only your receivers can get it, man. That's super impressive. It's super impressive, man. And falls to the Golden Tate for the game winner. Okay, on the sidearm throw with pressure barreling right down on him. Shout out to Golden Tate for that route, bro. That route was elite. My man stopped, paused, looked inside, sold it, and then let me get out here and catch this tutty real quick. And that's a tough bastard. You throw that football, he's catching it for a big Fendi. Of course, I got to talk about Parkey missing the field goal kick. And this is what I tell you about kickers, guys. Once again, I know kicking the football is not easy. I'm not saying your job is easy. However, it is your only job. It's your only job. I know it's not easy. I actually used to kick. So yes, I can say something. I was a kicker. Yes, I could say something, okay? I used to kick. Okay, but you have one job. And that wasn't my only job, too. So I'm just saying, I played both ways, offense, defense, and I was kicking the damn football. Okay? So, like I'm saying, you got one job. Spit the ball through the pipes. Coach, I used to say, line it up, snap it, catch it, good exchange, put the ball through the pipes. It's no excuse. And the ball was tipped. That's your fault. The ball was too low. Kick the ball high, put it through the fucking pipes. Listen, Mitchell Trubisky, that defense, you guys have a nice nucleus, a nice core. You're young. I know you won't be able to keep everybody. That's the inevitable. But I do think you guys will be back. Great, bright future. You guys in Chicago have a lot to look forward to. You guys have some studs over there, you know? So, Moving forward, okay. Like I said, Colts, just so y'all know, Colts at AFC. Okay. Colts at Chiefs. I'm taking Colts. Ronnie's taking Chiefs. Okay. Okay. Sammy Watkins and Eric Berry will be back. Okay, for this game. It's gonna be a goodie. Arrowhead gets really, really loud. Super loud out there in Kansas, Missouri. It's probably gonna be cold. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes Magic. That man is tough. We're gonna see. Okay, Cowboys at Rams. Oh, I hate to say it, but I really think the Cowboys gonna win this game. I really do. Stephen A., I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I want to see my man Dom get another ring. I do. But I just think, with that week off, sometimes that could kill a team. And I don't know, maybe Jasper Jared needed because he hasn't been playing super well in the past few weeks. Todd Gurley has a big day, they got a great chance. But if they able with that Cowboys defense, if they able to slow down Todd Gurley, they have an opportunity here. Aaron Donald, point blank period, you got to block Aaron Donald. That's a premium. If you don't block Aaron Donald, it's going to be a long day, Dallas. But y'all got that O-line. They got the big boys, Zach Martin up in them boys. Okay? Tyron Smith. We going to see. But Rod's picking Rams. I'm picking Cowboys. We will see, man. We will see. Both teams are primed for a Super Bowl run. We'll see how that works out. Okay? Chargers at Patriots. You guys already know I'm picking Patriots there. I'm not even going to talk. That's Tom. And that's Phillip. I'm taking Tom every time. Just saying. I'm taking Tom every time. Okay? Saints at Eagles. I think this is where the magic run out. But if Osei Nick pulls off this game, my boy. Oh my God. You want to talk about controversy? Carson, I think you're a stud, man, but I don't know how they can get rid of Nick Foles if he goes in there and beats New Orleans and be another one win away from the Super Bowl. This would be absolutely amazing. But I'm picking the Saints in this game. I don't think the magic continues with that. Okay? So look, guys, it is your host. My name is Josh Moody. Okay? It's the actual Factualz. VlogCast. Guys, the website will be up ASAP, Skeeter. I'm telling y'all right now, we're going to have the gear getting back out. We're on it. It's in the works. The latest it'll be out is by spring. Keep you guys, keep an eye out for all that stuff, y'all. But look, it is the actual Factualz. I am your host. My name is Josh Moody, and I'm a hot for Skeeter. On yourself.
To the actual Factualz. It's the actual Factualz.